Hi, my name is Howard Wheeler, and I am the Community School Coordinator for Stobart Community School in Duck Lake, Saskatchewan. My duties are primarily centered around community development initiatives, which include the delivery of programs such as our nutrition programming, after-school programming, employment programming, and health programming. As a former addictions counselor, I appreciate the significance of empathy in establishing a therapeutic alliance with clients. In order for them to make change, they need to feel heard and understood. Empathy can also play a critical role in community programming. It is important to understand the issues community members are experiencing when designing programs to assist them. For example, our community is comprised primarily of Aboriginal people dealing with issues related to poverty. We sometimes make assumptions that when health services, such as speech-language pathologists, are available at the school for free, that people would take advantage of these services. However, families often struggle with other issues such as transportation and childcare, which take priority. The efforts to understand their predicament, rather than to blame them for their own dilemma, helps to provide solutions to overcome barriers and assist them in receiving the services they need.
So, in my future line of work, I'm really hoping to do something in counseling, like in psychology, or doing like assessment work and be able to help people that have cognitive, delays or disabilities, or physical delays or disabilities, and just being able to help them um, live the best life that they can and help them and their caretakers, give everybody the best chance that they can to live a full life. And I think that empathy is really, really important for that because sympathy is good in some situations, but in a situation with empathy, you need to be able to truly understand how they feel um, in their situation, especially with those, for example, in a wheelchair. How can I really understand how they're feeling if I can walk perfectly fine, if I don't employ empathy? And if you can't help somebody out, or if you aren't able to employ empathy, um, I think that you end up making people feel really inferior, and that never makes anybody feel good or adjust themselves accordingly. So that's why I think empathy is really important.
I think empathy is really important in special education because life is tough and life with special needs can be even tougher. And those people who have special needs are going to have to face these challenges, whether it be physical or cognitive or emotional challenges that people without disabilities don't have to face. And that doesn't mean that we should pity them or feel bad. It just means that we should be caring and kind and patient and try to understand what they're going through, but also at the same time know that we're never going to fully understand what they're going through because we are not them. So I think it's important to have empathy and realize that it is tough and there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days, but it's our job to always be that positive support system that they need.
As a speech language pathologist working with children, I have found the skill of empathy to be an important aspect of dealing not only with the children themselves, but also with their parents. Giving the child your full attention and showing respect for their feelings allows you to build rapport with the child, which is an important aspect of intervention. You can't make a child talk, but through empathy, we can entice the child to communicate by knowing what motivates and interests them. Some families we work with have cultural diversities. Others may have just received a diagnosis such as autism for their child. It is important to show respect to all families and build a trusting relationship so we can help support them as they deal with their fears and concerns about their child's future. Working on a team with other professionals is another facet of our jobs that requires empathy. We need to be considerate of others' personalities, their feelings, time, and scheduling needs in order to work collaboratively for the good of our clients. Being empathetic is definitely a skill needed to be an effective speech-language pathologist.
Hi there, Brianna. Thank you for asking me to do a quick video message. My name is Shirley Regier, and I work as an educational associate. I've been employed for 15 years, and I live and work in a small town called Laird, Saskatchewan, Canada, which is super awesome because, as you know, that's where Brianna came from. So I've been working at the school for many years, and primarily I do the speech and language program. I carry that through with support and advice from our SLP, who is from the division, comes out and gives me the programming. I also work with struggling readers, so I help all students who are needing some extra support in the reading. Empathy is something that I do believe that is needed in every job, but most importantly is one that is very vital in working with children. All children are wired differently, and it is something that I firmly believe that we need to take the time and the patience to truly understand where all children are at and help them to succeed to the best of their ability. In that we're all wired differently. Sometimes we do learn differently and at a different pace, and I think empathy is something that we need to bring to the table each and every day and make children feel like they are more than capable of being successful in everything that they do. I appreciate humor in everything, and working with children is no different, and I think it's important to make learning fun. If you're familiar with Gordon Neufeld, I appreciate the works of Gordon Neufeld in that every child just sometimes needs some extra tools to help them with their learning and help them to be successful. Boardmaker is something that I use in my job, and I'm a firm advocate of using visuals to support learning and help children to know what's expected of them, and it's just another tool. There are many, of course, that just helps with that process. So I hope that's just a quick little message of empathy. I love working with children. I enjoy what I do. So again, I hope this gives you some insight into my job as an EA here in Laird, Saskatchewan, Canada. Thanks, Brianna. Bye.